How you doing, everybody? Classic. Oh, that is so fun. Come on. There you go. Oops. How you doing, everybody? And welcome. This is Oscar Ramos. Welcome to Tuesday Night Live. Very excited for what's happening, guys. I'm gonna get you up to speed because as I'm speaking right now, there's tons happening in the world, especially here in the United States. A couple of minutes, we're gonna hear from the President of the United States, the State of the Union in Washington, D.C. And if you've been following the war happening in Ukraine, the Russian invasion, well, they're getting closer to the capital of the country. Definitely bad news for Ukraine, of course. But what happens with cryptocurrency and the prices is exactly what I want to talk about today with you. Why I remain bullish in cryptocurrency, why I see this to be an amazing time for us to be investing, because you see the Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq is just sideways trading, not really performing as everybody kind of wanted to expect it. But Bitcoin very close to $45,000, which is insane. Big news on crypto.com, and the latest, which is something that I just kind of like after studying a while on this subject with Russia. Russian citizens are buying and leaning to cryptocurrency right now in stablecoins, which makes total sense. And I'm going to tell you why. Because as you're getting your currency devalued due to all the different sanctions that you're getting as a Russian country, then definitely you want to preserve your wealth. And right now, people are seeing that buying cryptocurrency is a great way for you to preserve your wealth. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Welcome, everybody. Go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe right now, and turn on those notification bells. Let's go ahead and get started. Well, very happy with you guys. Ivan, Raymond, Kronos, Harold. Welcome, guys. Very happy with what we're seeing in the cryptocurrency space at this time. Definitely very bad news for Ukraine. So there's a lot going on in the market right now. And well, I mean, little by little, we're gonna be going ahead and taking a look at everything. 1.92 trillion on coin market cap. I mean, wow. This is exactly what I was waiting for. A pump, and not really massive pump of 10%, but this is something significant. Bitcoin is no longer under 40. We don't have that threat on the price, which is something that I'm waiting for. This time, everyone, something very crucial, right? As you're seeing on the screen right now, the State of the Union is happening. I'm not expecting cryptocurrency to move massively with what's going to happen in a couple of minutes. It's just basically a summary of how the country is going. And of course, after watching a bunch of cable news, so you don't have to, I know what more or less Biden will say, which is mostly Ukraine, the economy, inflation, gas prices, and the border, hopefully, and other different news, but nothing that is really gonna move the candlesticks a lot. We have a couple of news that I think are pretty crucial when it comes to Ukraine and Russia and how the prices are moving on, guys. Right now, the prices on cryptocurrency are looking very favorably for us, looking very nice. I want to go ahead and show you here NASDAQ, and because we know that it hasn't been decoupled from Bitcoin, but there's one thing that happened today that is going to change the way we see that. Take a look at this. We had on the 4-hour chart a nice consolidated path on NASDAQ in the 61% on the Fibonacci retracement. But what did Bitcoin do? Right about here, everyone, a nice pump to the upside. And that's something that we're seeing thus far. And a couple of those news, some of the reasons why we see that happen is exactly why Russians are starting to buy Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And that makes so much sense to me, since Russians are getting really crushed in the cryptocurrency and economy due to all the sanctions that are happening, right? That is really, in a way, sad for the citizens of Russia that are going through all of that, but it is what happens in times of war, especially, right? In positively speaking, for cryptocurrency, they're finding ways to preserve their wealth with crypto by buying Bitcoin and cryptocurrency too. So that is awesome. That is awesome. You guys talking about VVS Finance and Tonic. We talked about those two, and we're bullish in those two, absolutely. Here's the price of Tonic right here, as you're seeing on the screen right now. We're seeing 6096, and the price of VVS Finance, it was at 403, still down. Talked about them earlier today. I understand they're really early. I understand some people don't understand really what I think we have with Tectonic and Finance, and it's okay. Probably it's not a cryptocurrency for them. But one of the things I like is there's just many different projects out there that you can jump in and do the best you can. And I'm putting my money where I believe the long-term future games are in. And I think this one is going to be fantastic for us. Understanding, guys, that right now the markets are extremely volatile, very crazy. And what happens by the time Russia conquests Ukraine, once that's done, I believe that change in the price is already computed. But once we see it happen, the markets will react very nicely, and I will want to see Bitcoin still continue ramping up. What's going on, Mami of the Aka? Welcome, moderator in the chat. Because I think it's very important to understand how a lot of people have cut ties to Russia and how is that affecting the price. And I got that for you right here. For example, take a look at this. Several countries already, including the US and UK, on the 27th, they're agreeing to get it out of SWIFT, which is very important for payments and banking system from Russia. All of this is what I know is going to be affecting the prices in stocks predominantly, right? Take a look at this one too. Countries who have imposed sanctions on Russia from Watcher.huru. We have European countries, the United Union, the United States, South Korea, Australia, and many more. All of this, positively speaking, because even though Russia is getting crushed, welcome to reality. Russians are buying more crypto as sanctions set in. So here it is. Now that I have a little bit, I'm getting into the topic right now. Crypto wins. That's the title of today's live, everybody. Crypto's winning. Even though in these dark times for everyone in the world, when we have the pandemic, I think people forgot that we had a pandemic, right? Well, that's another different subject, right? Delicate still, but we had a pandemic, and it seems that thankfully we're getting out of it. But we still have the pandemic, we still have inflation, we still have rates that are going to increase this month, and now war, and now more sanctions. So all of those are setting in the markets, and it's been crazy thus far, up and down, left and right. But one of those things that we want to see is holding our crypto, and that's what I'm doing, everybody. That's what I'm doing. That's what you highly will have to think about. Not panic selling, but holding for long term. Because we know, sadly, and I'm moving fast, but sadly, these Russian forces are moving to the city, to civilians, and in Ukraine really fast. From what I've learned, because in my time investing, it is the first war from a major country that is attacked, from a country with nuclear arsenals that is attacking a neighbor country. So it is important to see the past and then the future in this ones. So when the United States was having issues with Afghanistan and Iraq, and all the other different countries in the Middle East, the market was, normally doing okay, acknowledging that war ended after 20 years. Then here's another war. And last week we saw when the markets crashed and immediately picked up. And as we are seeing, earlier this week, when the sanctions are crushing Russia, now we're seeing how the prices of cryptocurrency are still rising up at 1.92 refresh. This is what we'd like to see, of course. What's going on, Amy? Welcome. welcome. So yeah, it is a great learning experience for us if you're still beginning in the markets. I think I'm so happy that we were able to buy at the end of January, at the end of February, because those are the times when you and I will want to get the positions that we're looking for long-term success, right? Here's another one. Apple cuts Russia from its Russia from its products and services. That's what's happening, right? And Russia, it's out of FIFA. It's out of, if I'm not mistaken, the next World Cup for soccer and other different places and other different sports. So it is getting affecting in a way in the macro view for the country. How is that affecting right now? The stocks. Go ahead and take a look at this. Google Finance. NASDAQ, I mean, not really that much. The United States market is not really affecting it that much. That implies that, as we've been mentioning, until the United States really gets involved in the war or Russia uses nuclear weapons, we're not going to see much of a change. And what's happening right now in Washington with the State of the Union that should be already starting, there it is. It's just going to be the same. The markets are really not going to react that much. But there it is. That's the State of the Union happening right now. And well, whether you are in or against it, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. Take a look at this comment too that kind of like grabbed my attention. Spoke with 3 Russian founders separately today, and they told me that most Russians condemn the war. Many want to emigrate, and then some are buying crypto in case of sanctions. So that's what's happening. People are buying cryptocurrency from that country, and we like it. Welcome everybody. Having Bitcoin right now at 44,000. We reached in the last couple of hours 45, close to 45. I'm gonna go ahead and get close here. There you go. So I remain bullish. How about you, everyone? Here it is. I remain bullish right about here at the price of 44.74 on FTX. And right on at the beginning of March, right here a couple hours ago, we reached almost $45,000. You see that? Double top, baby. Double top. There it is. So this is what happened just today. It's 7 a.m. in the morning, and right now, late in the evening here in Texas, everybody. Talking to you. Let's go. Crypto's winning for this one, for sure. Absolutely. Super excited, of course, for Bitcoin, for crypto.com, for other different ones, talking about Tectonic and BVS Finance. There's one that we're going to be covering now in the channel too, which is Finance. That's something that I've been thinking about it, and for sure, it is the #1 tool in the Kronos ecosystem. That's one that I want to be taking a look at for sure. Kronos ecosystem and Finance, because I want to do the vault and get as much money as I can, passive income, not doing anything, just putting my money as liquidity, and then it goes. That's what it is. The price of Bitcoin right now, as at 6 p.m., it reached $44,000 again. That's a bearish pattern as it continues dropping right now. If we continue here on these 2 levels, right about here, well, there you go. From here, we will need to decrease about 15% to get all the way to $37,000, which that will be really, a big drop. I mean, that will be some correction territory for Bitcoin, but that's not gonna really stop the growth for the future on this cryptocurrency. That's where we're coming from. You take a look at this at the end of February. A massive jump from 38,000 all the way to $44,000. This is exactly what's happening with Bitcoin and with Crocoin, I mean, which is super exciting. There it is. This is what happened. So don't we like how they kind of move so closely correlated, Cro and Bitcoin? That is something that I'm pretty fascinated by. That is what it is, the same. 45 cents, $45,000. That's what we have, everyone, for sure. What's going on, Cryptario? Welcome. Never selling low, of course. That's the idea. Never selling low. Always selling when there's a pump, of course, if you want for some day trading. Kind of like a quick overview. Russians buying Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, some of them buying more stable coins like Tether because of the Russian sanctions that they're seeing. It's incredible how war can really change a country destiny and a current situation, right? As the Russian enemy is just really going towards Ukraine, and from the videos that you can watch online, are really now um, eliminating civilians in some of the most horrible ways, as you can take a look at some of the videos. That is what's happening right now, and it's been more than 5 days of this war that Ukraine and Russia are having. But a lot of analysts from all the cable news I watch say that it may not last much longer. Ukraine defending its borders. Well, its cities, better said, its cities. Even though right now there's a bunch of different countries that are supplying military equipment to Ukraine so they defend themselves, because nobody's really wanted to get on Ukraine and attack Russian military, because that will cause World War III, people are saying. So they're supplying military equipment, but they're, of course, that's as far as they're going to go, and sanctioning Russia. In my opinion, for crypto-related purposes, I see how Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are helping where banks cannot reach. I'm going to say that once again, guys. I see how crypto and Bitcoin are helping when banks are failing, right? Because banks, of course, can cancel, pause you, or for some other reason not let you send it on time. But cryptocurrency, guys, is borderless, and it's not governed by one central authority. And that's what's helping Russians, because imagine if your country suddenly gets sanctioned to a point that your dollar or my Mexican peso it's worth nothing. Then what would you do? Where would you put your money? Well, you have metals, gold and silver, maybe real estate, of course, and something else more liquid that will cost. And that's calling what cryptocurrency is for, because your national currency, it's been killed. It's completely being depleted. So I enjoy and I really have a great time understanding all these macro movements as we see how people are turning for Bitcoin and crypto. And take a look at the charts right now. We are seeing it. We are seeing it right here, guys. That is exactly what's happening. That's yesterday, and this is today. We are seeing it. And from previous, when Bitcoin goes sideways trading, and if things are going okay, and if we have more bullish in the markets, which right now we're at neutral, it means that Bitcoin will continue ramping up. I'm very excited. For sure. For sure. Sniff, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. You're bullish in Luna, Crow, AVX, and another one. That's great. Been shorting XRP for AVX. Really losing fail on these ASO coins. That's cool. Very, very happy, right? Right now, if you go to the rainbow chart that I like to quote a lot, it's the time for Bitcoin. Altcoin season is not really around the corner at this time, but you can always get your outliers, and we're having Luna, we're having Cosmos, we're having Solana, AVX, and other ones. Waves too, it's another one that's really ramping on, so I like it. Sadly, my Cardano algorand token Crow at this time is not really up by a lot. They're still sleeping, waiting for the next wave to come in. But there's always a chance to make money with cryptocurrencies that are out of this world. Michael Bryan, of course, crypto is the future. So I want us to really understand what's happening, because the prices of cryptocurrencies right now for Bitcoin, the prices for crypto.com, there's a reason why they are up, and there's a reason why they suddenly start rising. And it's because, everyone, yeah, baby. Thank you very much, Mommy of the Aka. My man, appreciate it so very much, and welcome aboard. First super chat of the night. There's a reason why we're doing it, in a way, very well. And this is just the beginning, in my opinion, because we really need to be way above $100,000 right now, and that will be expected for Bitcoin. For crypto.com, we need to be above $1. Have you take a look at all the great news just recently? Are you ready? I'm going to show it to you right now. Don't forget to smash the like button, everybody, and welcome to the live Tuesday Night Live. Of course, there's so much happening right now with the State of the Union, as I mentioned right now here. There it is. There's the president already speaking, which I will later watch. It is not really necessary because this he's not gonna say anything that I don't know or I wasn't aware. I everything that he's saying as I watch a lot of news, I already know. And well, I'm not gonna turn on the volume, but you can totally see how half of the assembly are up, probably the other half is sitting. Well, those are the army generals, so they don't have any political influence right there. But that is a couple of the things that I think is pretty cool, guys. Look at this one. From the iPhone Air Jordans, highly priced US brands and products vanishing from Russia, further isolating Putin. But guess what? Putin still has Belarus, China, Iran, and North Korea as allies too. Those are a couple of news that we also want to be informed, right? This is another one, guys. Take a look at this. Don't miss this. Take a look at this. Welcome, Michael Bryant, first member of the live. Let's go. I'm gonna give you your time right now, my friend. Decoupling from the Nasdaq, S&P 500, and Dow Jones this past week. Once again, my friends, once again, Bitcoin ramping all the way up, 17+% since the 24th. Do you watch my video today? What did I say? Since the 23rd, the 24th, we've seen a nice stop in the dump of price of Bitcoin and other altcoins and the increase in price because stocks are heavily influenced by banks, oligarchs, Wall Street, garbage, right? But crypto is not. And take a look at it. Well, it is the price is manipulated, but what I mean is the central system, the blockchain. That's all of us, guys. That's all of us, and that's what we like it. How you doing, Michael? Welcome, and thank you for becoming a member. Use all the emojis at your disposal, man. Thank you very much, and welcome. What's going on, Holiday? What's up, Oscar? Phantom has moved up to the spot number 4 in total money locked right now. I'll check it out next bank. Of course, Phantom is another blockchain that Cosmos, Phantom, Avalanche. These are and Terra Luna, of course. These are the ones that are coming up very quickly, and we want to be looking at them for sure. They came down, they dropped nicely, and it does seem that it's starting to come back up. NF, welcome. So I want you guys to take a look at this one, and I like this view as we are seeing crypto ramping all the way up. And here's another one that I like. Bam, for Kronos. NF, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much for your kind donation, my friend. Cheers. Oh yeah. So with a bunch of news happening right now, it's really hard to have the attention of the world because everybody's looking for that attention. And well, definitely what's happening here in Russia, it's what's getting most of us, right? And there's one video circulating right now, which is this one. You probably watched it, but that what just exploded, it exploded, but that was a missile going there. That was one of the government buildings, one of the government buildings going on there, and it exploded because of Russian missile. And it is what happens in these times, guys. That's what I'm saying. Once Russia actually conquests the entire Ukrainian territory, we might see a different stock market. But for crypto, I think we're going to continue being bullish on that one for sure, because people are leaning towards cryptocurrency while we have this mess in the markets. Mommy of the Aka, let's go. Welcome to Live VIP membership. Thank you, my man. Appreciate it for your kind and awesome support. Let's get to it. Yes, sir. Thank you for putting in the research. Of course, Michael. The idea is the following, right? There's the reason why cryptocurrency go up and down is because people buy and sell. But there's a reason of the motive. There's people, why there are people buying and why there are people selling. It's because of what we're seeing in the markets. And because Jerome Powell on the 10th will end tapering and the printing of money, but start the increase in rates. What's happening in the market right now, it's having all the analysts and the main whales in the space believing with accuracy that the increase is no longer going to be 0.50 points, but that's going to be 0.25. It's going to be less, and we're going to have a much longer inflation since the increasing rate is not going to be by much. So it's just great stuff, everybody. We like to see that for sure. Like to see that. When it comes to Chronos and crypto.com, this is pretty cool. Chronos chain weekly recap, total transactions reaching over 18 million total transactions, guys. Unique addresses surpassing 400,000 unique addresses. Bittrex, February the 25th, Crow is listed and available to trade on Bittrex, so that's another one. That's great. I want to see more. I want to see more of these exchanges. It's already on Coinbase, so when we talk about pumps on Crow, we already had it. Sad but true, we already had it. So what we're expecting right now is just another altcoin season, right? And Webull, that was added on the 28th, Crow is now available on Webull. What I'm looking for, guys, is the protocols that I mentioned before that work on the Chronos ecosystem. Those are the protocols that we want to get inside the new exchanges. Right now, how Chronos makes money is by having everyone go to the crypto DeFi wallet app or the crypto.com app. But as soon as you start outsourcing those pairs, meaning that you can buy Tonic and Finance and BVS outside crypto.com, that's when you're going to start seeing more growth, since many people, believe it or not, don't want to buy it on crypto.com because they can't or so. They prefer Coinbase or Gemini. Once that's done, we're going to have some nice movements in the price. If you're a day trader, will be an amazing time for us to make some positions, to make some tradings. Absolutely. That is very important. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Here's another one for my VVS Finance fam.
Oh, yeah.
NF.
This is why crypto is important. 12 words, aka your seed phrase, give you access to your assets anywhere. Can we get a review on darkcrypto.finance?
NF, thank you very much for your kind and awesome support, my friend. Absolutely. Yes, that's it. Just your address and you're good to go, right? You are the one responsible for your ledger. You're the one responsible for your crypto being secured. You can have them. I have it right here. You can have them somewhere stored in a nice Ledger Nano X, or you can have them stored wherever you want. But it's up to you. No, you don't have any third parties helping you there. Dark Crypto Finance, that's where you get more Crow by staking, right? I want to check that out for sure. I've had some comments telling me, talk about that one. Still not have a personal experience on Dark Crypto, but I'm getting to it. Plus, I need to put some Tectonic and VVS shirts on my merchandise too. I've heard you guys, so I need to do it. If we compare one of these D5, right, for yield farming, Uniswap and VVS Finance, we totally see how VVS Finance is dominating this. And I like it. This is exactly, VVS Finance is the #1 protocol on Chronos, right? And I'm going to start talking now about Finance too, which is another DeFi protocol used mostly on VVS Finance. It's what people use to stake and do yield farming and pairings. But Finance is what gives you some of the craziest APRs that you've seen. And that's what I really want to do for sure. Exactly. $70 a day in passive income is crazy. How much money are you putting for to get $70 a day? Let me know. I'm pretty curious. And thank you, NF. Appreciate your help and your awesome support. Here it is. This is exactly what I'm talking about. We have about 580 million in total value locked, this is at DEX. And we have a MAT. I mean, this is exactly the cryptocurrencies that are rising right now, which is something that I liked. The 7-day trading volume. You cannot buy MMF on crypto.com. That's, to my recollection, you cannot buy it because I haven't seen it. Let me just double check that since I'm opening mine. That's the last time that I tried, it wasn't there. So I'm gonna do it once again. Let's see. Yep, it's not there. MMF is not there. The way you get it, you have to get inside the DEX and start trading and start swapping from CRO to MMF and so much more. That is the idea. Oh, it's $3,200. Man, tell me what pool you're using so I can test it out later on. That is fantastic, and kudos to you. Kudos to you. That is great. So those are the reasons why, and there it is. That's the president talking about what's happening. That's what's happening, everybody. Refreshing this beauty. 1.93 trillion is what we're seeing right now for the markets. Bitcoin at 44,000, Ethereum, and many more doing relatively well. What do we know thus far? We know that there's a bunch of different countries really supporting Ukraine, countries and companies supporting Ukraine, not by putting foot on the ground, boots on the ground, but by closing in on Russia, by sanctioning Russia, by cutting ties with Russia, and letting Russia just play solo. So it is interesting, right? Instead of deploying a nuclear weapon, and I mean, of course, there's already some conventions there, right? The Geneva Convention, there's some rules and war crimes that you cannot do because nuclear weapons are banned, right, from usage. But instead of using that terrible weapon, you pretty much closing on that enemy, and then you let, sadly, the citizens perish. And what the citizens of Russia are doing right now, opting out of the ruble and opting in on crypto. That is so powerful. So then later on, as we continue hearing more wars and have more conflicts, now you know what to do. If you're in one of those countries, cryptocurrency will be there. Don't forget it. Don't miss it, right? So my friends, this time neutral. This is what we're seeing right now for the Fear and Greed Index. We're seeing right now a bunch of companies helping Ukraine at the way I mentioned, and the United States and other countries, of course, thinking and considering. I'm going to mention it right here, the SWIFT, taking out of SWIFT, taking out of different treaties, and making sure that Ukraine has the necessary support militarily from all the equipment to beat up and hold the Russian front, because that will be insane. What's going to happen in the next couple of days will be crazy, everybody. But I'll be here to give you the latest. Hopefully, we're all going to be fine. So it's a small, quick live, everybody, to keep you updated. Of course, there's so much going on. So let's just enjoy, relax, seeing cryptocurrencies at a great, awesome price. Guys, you're incredible. Please be safe. We're starting this awesome week. Tectonic VVS Finance looking well thus far. Buying low, selling high. Crypto.com, Bitcoin, no worries. I think some of the other different altcoins that I want you guys to go over with while we go over this one's today's cryptocurrencies. I'm gonna be looking closely to Terra Luna, as it's gonna be passing $100 very quickly, guys. Terra Luna, I think, is gonna be passing $100 without any issue. I'm gonna be closing all of these that we don't need it at this time. There you go. I'm talking, as some of you have it, still under 3 cents. Not the greatest investment at this time, but a massive product. Hoping for a nice search later on. Let me tell you. Hey, Aronica, welcome. Then we have Cosmos. That's another one that I'm thinking about. As we have more monies to invest, I'm gonna be deploying some monies there. Algorand, decentraland. Decentraland is at position 30 from the metaverse, guys. Where is Sandbox? It's right here, 37. So it's getting away from Sandbox, and that's pretty cool. Phantom, Edera, those are other different projects that I'll be pretty happy to take a look at for sure, right? Very happy. And Crow, it does seem that Crow, if it doesn't really move out of the 50, out of the 40 cent, it's gonna get passed by Cosmos. Cosmos has been closing on Crow super close, super quickly, and I've seen Cosmos ramping all the way up. So probably Cosmos is gonna be passing Crow sooner or later, and after that, it's gonna be Near Protocol. So Near, Cosmos, FTX is already 26th. Wow. It's a huge change in events, a huge change in money. So if you have money on Cardano, Solana, Avalanche, I'll be holding that money and putting it back from the runner-ups that are coming right here for sure. But I'm pretty happy. All of these projects are gonna do crazy good. You guys take care. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, and turn on those notification bells. And I'll see you next time. Appreciate all the donations and the new members. Welcome aboard. There's going to be more news coming in starting a brand new month, March 1st. Isn't that crazy? Catch you later, guys. Peace. Take it easy, everybody.